you just have a 7-day chart, then you will look at like 1.13 we were, and then we back to 2.39. So just one candle, I mean 1 hour, and we were pretty much up, and then we are kind of retracing it back. So it's a kind of good uh, symbol, especially for the launchpad tokens, because Polkastar is kind of leading the launchpad, I mean the ecosystem. And regarding CD5, let's have a quick look. So here we had given the targets, and it's almost at the target. So I think $4 is the low here. So we are pretty good here as well. So regarding
Nice.
BTC, I think we are pretty fine as of now. I mean, we need it to be in the side within a very small range of 2K per day. I mean, 2K range. Give some more time for alts, basically, especially Ethereum, to make a breakout upside and probably have a start of alt season. So starting with the top altcoins, it will maybe majorly BTC, I mean majorly Ethereum, BNB, and DOT. So many Luna, many coins will start flying, and then followed by the mid caps, and then comes the lower caps. That will complete the cycle, and probably it looks like, I mean, we will be able to confirm it after a week or two from here. So if BTC is in the range of 44K to 40K, and I mean kind of maintained in between for 2 weeks, then we will be pretty much. And in the same time, Ethereum and the major alts are showing some kind of a strength whenever BTC is going down and up. And regardless of the BTC price movement, it's showing its own, I mean, kind of a strength. In that case, that will give confidence to the market, give confidence for the alt season. So that will be pretty interesting thing to look out for in upcoming 2 weeks.
Yeah, that is. That is
And
very exciting.
so, Trading Star, if you had to tell somebody, are you right now a bullish stance, or are you more like bearish?
So if you have listened to my previous, I mean, episodes we have done here, so I am always like neutral. So it doesn't matter for me whether we are going in a downtrend or in an uptrend. Basically, I have a portfolio allocation of almost 33 to 40% of USDT. So I always keep USDT intact. So a stable coin portfolio is kind of the major portfolio in my, I mean, major coin in my portfolio, you can say. Either it has to be USD or USDT. So it doesn't matter for me, especially. So I always keep, because it's a kind of the risk management, you can say, habit, or you say it as a, like, we never know when the market will shoot up. If I have to make money, I can make money with my rest 60% of the portfolio. So even if I'm bullish, I will hardly have 60% of the funds in volatile assets, and majority of them will be, I mean, 30%, 20 to 30% in the private sales and the IDO launchpad tokens, and the rest of them in the major coins. So like PNB, some in Ethereum. So hardly, I mean, diversified. I have lots of tokens. So maybe 150 plus tokens currently I'm holding. So I don't care about the volatility in between. So I either am going to be reached by those 150 tokens if we have a very good alt season, and if it is not going, I mean, if it is complete going to be down, I'm relatively fine, because if I have 150 coins in my portfolio, the chances are very high. I mean, these all are researched ones, so the chances are very high that 20 of them will outperform the market whenever the market recovers. So it will give me the money, the investment out for all 150 tokens. So it doesn't matter for me, especially. So once you decide the portfolio, once you try to diversify the portfolio, you need to have some kind of panic, even if market is going to be down. So people just go into one coin and think that, yeah, with this coin, I will be like maybe millionaire, or maybe not millionaire, but I will be in 6 figures. If I'm in 5 figures, people are in 4 figures, then they will think about 5 figures. I will just go with the 10x or maybe 20x with this just coin, and I will be in a great position. I will be able to gamble it. But that's not the way. I mean, you need to be very, very lucky in order to achieve. In order to achieve success in that case. But if you have a balanced portfolio, you will not feel panic at any moment. You will have balanced mind, especially if you keep almost 1/3 or maybe 50% of your portfolio in a stable coin. When you see the bear signs in the market, especially in case of Bitcoin, everyone is like kind of panic. And when BTC falls 20 to 30% in a single day, you have a good chance because you have USDT reserves, which will give you easy scalp, maybe 10 to 15% in a single day or two. So having a stable coin in a portfolio gives you a lot of confidence, because then whenever actual dip happens, you will have that power to buy in the dip. So that gives a lot of strength, and that gives a lot of confidence as well.
Prepared like that.
I just have one question. So you have a lot of allocation into stable coins because there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. So what I'm like, for the people that are watching and they're also trying to make good investment decisions. So you as an experienced trader, what are you waiting for? Like, what do you want to see in order for your allocation to shift more back in towards crypto?
So I will look for, currently I will watch out for 2 weeks. So BTC has to be ranging in between, especially in between 39 to 43K. So that's 4 projects. So if Phantom and if different Polygon, you can say Matic, all top 20 coins have started showing a strength against BTC, or at least majority of them. Whenever BTC is going down and they are kind of cumulative, they are showing strength against BTC. That will be good sign of alt season. In that case, there will be good recovery in each and every set of coins. Maybe a set of category like Launchpad, maybe gaming, maybe metaverse coins. So we'll have to look out for each set of category where which uh, set of assets are kind of moving, kind of lagging, which are moving. So we can definitely shift from one set, maybe stables, to if metaverse is in trending, we can shift to the metaverse coin, which is not rised much. So maybe if say Naka token is moving 20% in a day, and the rest of the assets, like there are so many coins are not moving, and especially in case of say gaming, the top 20 coins are not moving, and while a few others are moving. So you should think about like why it's moving. So definitely with research, with individual projects announcements, it can move. So you need to think what could be the reason behind the moving of one particular segment. So currently the alt season is, everyone is watching for. If alt season is around the corner, we will have a great alt season, and especially the new projects will keep coming, keep popping in between, and we will have a good season to make money. Because there will be good. I have seen many new projects which have been delayed. So I will be waiting for them because I have invested into them in the private, good money there as well.
Oh, for sure. So a lot of projects delayed during like Chinese New Year and then through February, but it seems like things are starting to pick back up again. It's how many projects are we up to on CMC now? Have we crested 19,000 yet?
That's a lot. I think.
No,
No,
yeah.
currently we have 18,361 tokens.
Okay.
Oh, amazing.
When we started
So-
doing the show, we were in the 16,000 range.
Really?
And that was in November last year.
Oh
yeah.
boy. So last time I was just checking. So I like to go.
Everything in crypto, you do have to watch out for some things. But like, what the heck is a liquidity pool?
So Mert, will you start or shall I start?
I will start, not a problem. So we've shown, because last time you were not there, actually, so you were still sick. So I already showed in briefly what a liquidity pool is, because we have taken a look at Spooky Swap, and what we did is we checked out the swapping mechanism, and we have seen that there's a price, and that if you take bigger amounts, it's going to influence the price. So now what we are really going to show you is the side of DeFi where you can stake your money, or where you can put your money somewhere and accumulate interest over your staked money. So that is what we are going to teach you, and that is going to be done in liquidity pools. And what a liquidity pool basically does is it provides the decentralized exchange where you can swap one token for another token that we've checked out the last episode. If you need a refresh on that, please, after this show, go check that one out. We did a swap, and we've showed several swapping examples. So a liquidity pool is determining the price for the swap. So what I mean by that is, if you have a pool, it always, most of the times, consists out of a 50-50 ratio of two tokens. So what I mean by that is, for example, if I have a pool where there is 50% of the pool is USDC and 50% of the pool is BTC. Let's use the same example I used last time. So what will happen if in the pool is just one BTC and, for example, $50,000, it means that this one BTC is worth $50,000. But if in the pool is two Bitcoin and there is 50,000 USDC, now all of a sudden the ratio for one Bitcoin to USDC changed to one Bitcoin, $25,000. So now the swapping mechanism will show you that one Bitcoin on this platform is valued at $25,000. So that is how the swapping mechanism gets its price from the liquidity pools ratio. And Trading Star, if you have anything to add to that?
Visuals, but I think you might be muted.
Okay, so I think we can see pancakes off the screen. So probably here you can look at the info and the analytics, especially of the tokens. So you can see for the top tokens, which is BNB, we have liquidity over $3.06 billion. So the volume is 390 millions. So we have amazing liquidity in the top tokens, especially if you just consider BNB and maybe PancakeSwap tokens. We have 239 million, but which is not that great as we see in the BNB case, because BNB is the main token here. But if you just go down to the third page, we have something. Oh, it seems a bit low. So something with the number, I think it's wrong, because 26 cannot be so much less. There are a lot of coins which will be there. So 1.54 million. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with these tokens, I think. Top pools we should look at currently. So you can, if you just look at these numbers, you will hardly find anything to be. If you just go here, you will find lots of volume, lots of liquidity, and for each swap, You can. So you can see the current prices and it will try to rebalance. I mean, every time a trade happens, it will try to, I mean, when we try to swap BUSD to buy something and there is a pool of BUSD plus some other tokens, then it will try to rebalance. So something like Mert have definitely tried to convey. I'm unable to do right now. I mean, unable to convey right now with the some kind of transaction, but I will definitely find some coin which has less liquidity and will try swapping there as well. So just in few moments, we will get back to that. In between, we can continue.
Nice.
Yeah, so in the meantime, I will elaborate a little bit further. So what you see, what Trading Star has shown you is there is several tokens that is inside a pool. And what you do is basically what you do when you swap is you say, okay, here some BUSD and I want some BNB. So you then put your BUSD inside that pool, and you can take some based on the ratio of the pool. You can take out some of that BNB and bring it home with you. And what happens then is you took out some BNB and you put in some BUSD. So that means the ratio of the pool then changes. Just like when in a regular exchange, when a lot of people are buying and not so many people are selling, the price will go up. The same thing happens with a liquidity pool. If people keep taking out the BUSD and they keep putting in, if they keep taking out the coin, let's say Bitcoin, because BUSD and BNB is way too confusing. So if people keep taking out Bitcoin and keep dumping in USDC, then what that means is there will be very little Bitcoin remaining at some point, and there will be a lot of USDC. So the ratio is very much shifted to where there's a lot more USDC available for a lot less BTC, and that would mean that the swapping will become a lot more expensive for the people looking to buy BTC. So that is something that you need to understand in order to understand liquidity pools. They are not just, because what I often hear people say is, how can it be that I just put my money somewhere and I get more money? To many people, that seems too good to be true, because in reality, they don't understand what the functionality of such a liquidity pool is. They just think you put your money somewhere, it's like laying some cash under my bed and it grows. But that's not what it does. When you put your money inside a liquidity pool, it's actually working as a sort of like oracle to provide price data to the swapping mechanism of that DeFi protocol. So I am now looking at some things that you should definitely look out for when you are liquidity providing. And I don't know if Trading Star, can you make
it, like, what token are you buying? Why does that matter?
So Trading Star, can you maybe show on Binance, on PancakeSwap or anything? Can you show like
Yes.
the pools with like very high APY?
Not very high APY, but let me just try you different ways to look at. Like we have very popular token. I mean, I have one of major portfolio. You can say it in BSC Star token. So let me just try to do a swap. So something we will have to see.
Okay.
So let's see. I want to swap maybe $40 right now. Maybe BNB is something around 39,393 or something. So we will be looking at, like, we will get around 12.55 tokens in 0.15, I mean 0.1 BNB. But here we are looking here we are like 0.04% of the price impact. So with my purchase, it is going to influence the price by 0.04%. Now let's try to make it by 1%. So it's impacting the price by 0.39%. If I right now trying to buy with the 3.5 DMB, which I have in my this wallet, then you can see the price impact is 1.37%. So the minimum I will receive is 429.4 start, because my sleeping tolerance is bit there. So it has to be considered, a lot of things is there. But if you just look at this number, the liquidity provider fees. So whenever we do a swap on PancakeSwap kind of takes 0.25% fees. When we do usually swaps on not swap, if we do a trade on centralized exchange, we have a varied range of trade fees, such as on Binance, you will see 0.1% of the fees. On different exchanges, you will have fees somewhere in between range of 0.1 to 0.25%. On PancakeSwap, the trade fees is fixed 0.25%, out of which 0.17% goes to LP token holders, and 0.03% goes to treasury, and 0.05% towards cake buyback and burn, which is quite huge. If you just look at the volume happening on the PancakeSwap, you will be glad to know that we usually see more than 20-30 million dollars worth of cake buyback happening each week. So every week you go to, PancakeSwap announcement, you will see a lot of cake is being burned, and which is giving more confidence to investors who have invested in PancakeSwap, because they are keep doing burning each and every week, and which is quite a lot, quite a huge percentage. If you just go on PancakeSwap token, then you will find that more than 50% is already burned right now. And with growing ecosystem on BSC, especially on PancakeSwap has so much advantage being on the number one DEX on the BSC. We have, amazing run rate, especially for the PancakeSwap. So anyone who has no knowledge about what coin to buy, if you are bullish on BSC ecosystem, then just buy PancakeSwap token. You should be fine. Anyway, let me just try purchasing